My little brother in heaven, my daddy in the slammer. I ain't even gon' sweat it, cause there's nothing he can handle. R.I.P. to the fame, we changing the game. They used to call me lame, but now they rockin' with me. From the east to the west, got them mobbing the same. I don't even gotta ask who gon' pop with me. Took a bean to the face, now I'm loaded again. Step the T up in a rest, now she holding a breath.
Kazami, lower backwood. So what impresses me the most about you, man, is the amount of material you have, mixtapes, albums, you feel me, and the consistency. It's been a long time coming, you know, but your whole catalog is stacked.
Thank you.
Give me your newest title and just the origin of the title and the track listings.
Newest project titled 3 Scoops 2, track listings, Bloodsport, second, Can You Hear Me Now, and then third, Get Right or Get Left. So basically, 3 Scoops 2 is basically like, you know, like I'm just giving you 3 scoops, you know, when you go to one of them Chinese joints.
$1.25
you know what I'm saying? $1.25 a scoop, 3 scoops. That's all you need, you know what I'm saying? Good and sweet.
3 and done.
Right to the point. Right to the point. 3 and done.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, you know,
that's all you need.
I just, you know, I keep the Asiatic aesthetic, you know what I'm saying, and all my shit. You know, I love Asian culture. I love Chinese food. That's my favorite food right there. So it was appropriate for my project. You know what I mean?
Bushido code.
You know what I mean? It was appropriate for my project.
Right,
so
right.
Bloodsport, the origin behind that was basically from growing up on that movie, man, Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Right.
And just like I see myself as like, you know, like a black samurai, you know what I'm saying? So like, bro, like, and like my art form is and the
sword
is my sword. My sword is my pen. You know what I'm saying?
To sharpen.
Yeah.
Still sharpen steel.
And like when you just out here every day, bro, and like just like in them lanes, like I just let it be known, man. Like this shit ain't no game, man. Like it's a blood sport. Like you gotta be ready to die for this shit. Like that's some real shit, man.
Right.
What Tupac said?
You know, speaking of movies and the culture and music, man. I don't call anything more than music, but movies. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they both go hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It helps me make songs. You know, I watch movies and you know, that's like my second love. Right.
I mean, you know, like besides the fucking, like, you know, the kung fu flicks and shit, you know, we was also like raised on like, you know, the black exploit films and shit, like, you know, like the Mac and, you know, like Superfly and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our, you know, that P is in my blood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, but to go back to the second track, Can You Hear Me Now? Basically, what inspired that was like I was listening to the motherfucker.
Can you hear me now?
The Verizon, like, you know, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think there's even a shout out. Their Verizon shout out in the song. Okay.
Yeah,
what was that dude's name?
I forget. The Verizon dude.
Yeah, the Verizon dude.
Shout out to the Verizon dude though.
That's basically why I was hearing that commercial. I was just like, can you hear me now? Cause like I feel like what like all my past projects is like slept on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like I feel like I finally like made something now that like actually thumps and people can like, you know, because I had like a specific view like on how I made my music and like a specific sound I wanted to do.
Right.
But now I feel like I'm like bringing it all together and like making something from what I like and what other people like as well, to have a little bounce, something you can dance to, something you can jig to, you know what I'm saying?
So it's more or less a statement, you know what I mean?
A statement, but also saying something at the same time.
Right.
So I'm like, can you hear me now? You know what I'm saying?
You feel like niggas can hear you now.
Yeah.
For sure.
A statement.
Yeah.
So, Backwood, your newest project and the track listing.
So my newest project I just put out is that 2 for 2. So I put out that master plan, and then shit. What's the first one? I be freestyling shit and thinking of the name like on the spot.
That 217 freestyle.
217 freestyle part 2, because I got a part 1. Check that part 1 on SoundCloud. But yeah, I got that part 2 for that 217 freestyle, and I got that master plan. Which I came up with that master plan because obviously, you know, the hottest shit in the motherfucking game right now gotta be that nigga Boss Man D-Lo. So I kind of got a little bit inspired by, you know,
and he blowing up too.
His flow and like, you know, the way he coming and shit. Like I swear that nigga from Florida, but like he come like a Chicago nigga, like for real, like to me, like you know that get up with me type shit. Like,
Right.
you know, we always been on that shit. Like since day
And
one.
from Florida though.
Yeah, but from nigga from Florida though. But like you know, like so like you know, since fucking probably about 4 months ago. Shit, the nigga only been out for like 6 months. Yeah. So like, you know, nigga been slapping boss man. I always get inspired by anybody like new artists that I come like, you know, start fucking with. Yeah. Like I like the fucking I'm not no jacker for beats, I like the jack flows, but then acquired to be my own type shit.
But that's the hip hop.
Yeah.
That's the hip hop art form. Everybody before us,
but I ain't
everybody after us.
necessarily like going straight like, you know, in the same pocket, in the same cadence. Like I'm gonna switch that shit up somehow, but like you gonna hear that shit. Like
the influence,
you gonna hear the influence for sure. Let's go listen to that hoe.
I like period. Yeah, go listen to that. Go listen. Go for real.
The next question I've been wanting to ask you.
Right quick, my bad. But I was gonna say, I like to say taking the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Because I do the same thing too when it comes to, you know, other people I listen to, like Xavier Wolf or like.
That's a good way to put it. A blueprint, right?
But like, I ain't totally stealing their flow. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I like to grab elements and certain like things that I can add on to mine.
And put it in the arsenal. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's like, you know how we always have that conversation. Like, there's certain artists that got to do them before we got to do us, but like we was like on that shit already, but like they like said it for us in specific. Like, damn. They did that shit, but like that's how we was trying to come.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Right.
So like I know you always feel like about that way about like Wiz at one point, but like I was like that about Chief. Yeah. Because like, you know, we were coming from that area type shit. It was like, yeah, this nigga rapping like that's the way me and my cousin been rapping like since we was like 8 years old type shit. Like hitting flows like that type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like.
And it's crazy. Crazy that somebody from another part of the country can be coming the same way with the same kind of mindset. You know what I mean?
Facts,
and that's what the art does. That's what the music does. You feel me?
Because you know it's not. I mean, we from there, but I ain't. You know, I was just came from that cloth, so that shit was already instilled in me at a young age. So it wasn't really like I mean, I grew up here, but like my mind was already grown coming here already. So it was like I'm on that.
Same shit, different toilet.
Yeah, same shit, different toilet. So it was like when that nigga first came out, like, you know, you started hearing all the drill shit. First drill nigga I ever heard was fucking King Louis for one. But then like, you know, Chief came out and shit, and it was just like the niggas like my age, so it was like, damn, like this nigga he rapping like we was rapping back in the day when we was younger, like
from the land.
Yeah, from the land. Like we've been rapping like that forever.
And
so it's like
speaking of Chief,
once you take a sound, you're like, fuck, all right, that nigga got it. I gotta flip it some way, some way, shape or form and fashion, like to make it my shit.
Right.
And like, all right, because then he like otherwise the nigga gonna be like, oh, that nigga trying to be Chief Keef.
It's like adding ingredients.
So like, you know, oh, that lame shit. I ain't trying to knock a nigga, but like I fuck with you. I fuck with mans though. Fuck with mans.
It's like adding ingredients to a recipe, man.
Cause there's clones out here, bro. Everybody like
you see the clones.
I don't.
It's really easy to mimic, and it's hard to be different, yo.
Right.
You see the clones.
Right. I don't see how somebody could like be in this art form and be like, oh, I want to be just like that person. Like, and surprisingly, that shit sells now. Being just like another motherfucker. But like, what also
that shit's
sells,
whack.
like for me, is like the originality, the individuality. Being original.
Being an individual.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
being original content.
Yeah.
Like, cause I don't know, bro. Like, copying somebody else, like somebody's already done it before.
The easy way out.
Somebody's already done it before. Don't you want to come up with your own concoction?
Yeah. Come up with your own potion.
You know what I'm saying?
and that right there alone is the reason why I keep doing it, because it's the funnest thing I've ever experienced, man.
I call myself a mad scientist, bro. Like when I'm in the lab, because you know I call all my songs my experiments. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're potions.
Frankenstein.
Potions, man.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, straight up.